back, my little nightmares. Me, Queen Nightmare, and I'm gonna do the Drarry story. To let you guys know, I am today doing my graduation graduation party setup. So, if you don't get this until like 11 at night, it's because of that. And hopefully I stay at my mom's tonight, because then it's easier for me to get to graduation, and it's easier for me to edit and then record my next video. But if that's not how it ends up, I want you guys to know, if there isn't a video on Saturday, that is why. Or Sunday. Okay. We're going to read the Drarry story. Good thing no one's home, because this would be freaking weird. Oh my gosh. I already read that. Why is it suggesting me that? Okay. Oh crap. Almost went to the wrong one. Hold my hand. It's chapter 23, not 27. I read a little bit of ahead. Well, technically I scanned it. We did 23. It's 24. It was an hour, 24, happiness cut short. I saw this and I was absolutely had to read ahead because I felt so bad. Okay. Chapter 24, happiness cut short. It was an hour before dinner and Harry was drawing while Draco stared out the window. Harry? Mm-hmm. Harry asked, distracted, trying to get the eye right in his drawing. Was I really your first experience? Draco, I said it with veritaserum in me. I couldn't lie. So, yes, you were. But, like, before me, you had never given a handjob or a blowjob, never received anything? Nope. Harry shaded the nose lightly. Then why the fuck would you do that? Harry looked up from his drawing, startled. Excuse me? I'm a goddamn Death Eater, Potter. Why would you do anything with me? Oh gosh. Did I pressure you? Did you feel obligated to? Did you feel threatened? Draco, before Harry could tell him, he had literally gotten an erection because of Draco twice, and had willingly given Draco a handjob and a blowjob. How far am I into this recording? Oh, thank goodness, because I would have had to restricted this from available for everyone to age 18 because of how this is getting. Blowjob, but Draco cut him off. You literally gave me your first. Me! I'm Draco freaking Malfoy! Why the fuck would you do that? Would you want me to be able to humiliate? Do you want me to humiliate? And do you want to be able to humiliate me? Tell everyone? Harry blinked, wondering what part of that would have been humiliating exactly. Jeez, Draco, it's not like you took my fucking virginity. Did you do this on purpose? Draco asked, hysterically. What? I'm so confused. I only saw the ending of this chapter, so I'm kind of confused. I need my coffee, because this tonight's gonna be a long night. We're decorating my church. My mom has no idea how to decorate it. And this is the first day, and it's tomorrow, so I'm gonna need this. Because I'm dealing with my mother and my dad at the same time. There's the reason why they're divorced. Okay. Hold on. Draco asked, hysterical. His mind seemed to be in such a panic that literally anything was possible to him. Did you fucking glue yourself to me as a fucking laugh? Now Harry was pissed. Why the fuck would I glue myself to you for a fucking laugh? Oh shit. He hadn't mean to emphasize the word you. What do you... Oh, fucking A. Now, Draco was furious. Me? Do you think you're fucking better than me, Malfoy? I mean, Draco... Fucking A. This is making me mad at the same time. I'm like, what happened? Literally, we just read a really nice chapter, and then all this... Well, really nice as in... We fangirled over it, but then, yeah. I don't know what happened. This is just weird. Now Draco was furious. Me? Do you think you're fucking better than me, Potter? Maybe I fucking do! This is me arguing with one of my friends. I hate it. Like, they start off in some bullshit, and I'm just like, you know what? Maybe I do, okay? I said once to Luna. This is a short one. But I was so mad. She was irking me in the car. Her mom was in Hy-Vee. We have Hy-Vee in Minnesota. I don't know if you have Hy-Vee everywhere else. One time I mentioned Hy-Vee to someone. They're like, what's that? And I went, okay. Anyways, I said, don't make me fart. We both laughed. I was like, why did I say fart? I was like, don't make me laugh. And I was like, don't make me fart. I got mad at myself. And then we told her mom, and she's just like, what is wrong with you? I said, I don't know. Anyways, Harry shouted, irritated. Just because you're the savior of the wizarding world doesn't mean you're somehow are better than the rest of us. Some of us had harder childhoods than you, and you're not celebrated for it. Oh, you poor baby, Harry sneered. Mommy and Daddy not give you enough hugs? Oh my gosh, this is like two, children. Never mind, almost graduates yelling at each other. Oh my gosh. Draco's eyes narrowed. It had been a low blow, and Harry knew it. Before he could apologize and say that was too far, Draco cut in. At least my parents are alive, he growled. Shit. That just a stab in the stomach, and then now Harry's gonna turn the knife. He just stabbed Harry, and Harry already stabbed Draco, but now Harry's gonna turn the knife. Now here, this is what he said. Harry reeled back, mixture of shock, pain, and anger shooting through him. He didn't think about his next words and threw out what would hurt him most. Here comes the turn. Better dead than a Death Eater. Fuck. This is messed up, bro. Wow. Okay. He didn't bother looking at Draco's expression. He knew what it would be. He cast a silence charm on Draco, which consequently made himself silent too. Given their bond, he threw his drawing on the floor and refused to look at the blonde. Oof. You know what? At least they had their first fight. I mean, their first fight is usually the worst one because you don't know what you're doing, you're not used to it, and at least this was their first fight, and it could have been so much worse. So much worse. So much worse. You know what I mean? So... There's an ad playing on my phone, but I would like to say to you guys that for the next couple of, what is it? Oh, I've been, there's a new thing on YouTube, what is it? Studio that you can see which comments you haven't replied to, And I am so sorry. I found that I had over 100 comments that I haven't replied to, and I felt so stupid. And I replied to every single one of them last night. But the problem is that last night my back door almost shattered because of the hail that we were having. We had, in the span of 2 hours, we had maybe 5 hailstorms. It kept on coming off and on. And I was right by the door because I like sitting out in my antique chair over there. But it happens. By the way, if you hear a marker scraping while the ads are playing, it's me making my graduation signs so that people know where to go. Okay. Chapter 25. Awkward dinner. Yeah, it would be awkward. Okay, it's short. So thank goodness. Please apologize after the awkward dinner. Please, just... Okay. When Harry and Draco walked into the Great Hall, Harry didn't give Draco a choice on where they're sitting. He practically dragged the blonde to the Gryffindor table. Neither of them looked at the other as they silently put food on their plates. Ron cleared his throat. Hey, guys! Harry looked up and smiled tensely at him. Neville frowned at their silence, and Harry suddenly remembered that he was supposed to tell him. Suddenly he waved his wand, giving himself and Draco the ability to speak again. So Neville, Ron, the Slytherins are going out for shopping and hanging out in a couple of days at Hogsmeade. I was wondering if you guys would want to go. Neville's eyes held a spark of something. Who will be there? Pansy, Tabitha, Felix, Damon, maybe Damon, Millicent, Lucinda. At Neville's slightly disappointed look, Harry added, "Oh, and Blaze." "And I'd like to go," he said shyly. That's how you get your friend to admit they like someone, with their subconscious facial expressions of listing off names that are going to something you're going to. There you go. You learned something. Harry smiled. Cool, Ron? Ron shrugged. Nah, not my scene. Harry nodded and returned to eating. Draco, will you be going? Draco stiffened slightly. Yes, he replied shortly. Neville didn't say anything more, but his eyes darted from Harry to Draco many times. As they continued to eat, a note suddenly appeared next to Harry's plate. What the hell is Dad texting me now? Huh? School colors are orange and black. I like the black. I don't like the orange. I like more of a red than anything. Anyways, going on. My dad interrupted. I'm sorry. What's going on, Harry? And don't say nothing. I'm not blind or an idiot. Harry sighed and looked up at Neville's concerned face. In clumsy left-hand writing, he wrote his response and handed it back. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Mom, you're not supposed to have your phone. You're at work. Draco and I got into a fight. We brought up family. It got personal, and we're both pretty pissed, Harry said. The Harry note said. A moment later, the response appeared. I'm sorry. I'm sure you two will get over it. Or it'll be a long 9 weeks. You like him, don't you? As more than friends. I can see it, the way you are with him. Harry raised his eyebrows in surprise at Neville's perception, but responded. I hope so. Yeah, I do, and I don't know what to do, because we've done stuff, but I'm pretty sure it means nothing to him. You like Blaze, don't you? Harry said. Neville smiled softly at the mention of Blaze, and the response was quick. What kind of stuff have you done? I thought you were a virgin. Yeah, I do. Please don't make fun of me. Oh my gosh. Neville said back, I am a virgin. Neville, cheese 'em. I just mean I've done, other things. I had an agreement. Because 10 weeks without being able to jerk off or anything would kill us both. How could I make fun of you? Blaze is freaking hot. Yeah, he is. I'm not into a lot of guys like him. I mean, a lot of Slytherin guys. Well, that's a lie. You know it. Because I had a crush on Snape when I was a kid. I had a crush on Draco, even though he's a twat. Anyways, let's keep on going. It's freaking hot. Besides, I like a Slytherin too. I am in no place to judge. Harry. Oh, that does make sense. I'm just kind of surprised. Oh my. Just die. I don't know what that noise was. I'm just kind of surprised. I thought you two would honestly kill each other within 10 minutes. Thanks for understanding, Neville. I thought so too, but he can be pretty cool sometimes. I'm sure I've realized that. You've realized that. Of course, if you want, I can pair you and Blaze up during our trip to Hogsmeade. I have, and I'm sure everything will... Okay, that was Harry. I have. I'm sure everything will be okay eventually. Thank you, Harry. You're the best. Neville. Dinner ended, and Harry shoved the note in his pocket before smiling weakly at Neville and leaving with Draco. Apologize, please! Wait, when does he apologize? Oh, come on, please. Get it over with. Chapter 26, Breakfast with Everyone? Day 15. It had been a week since Draco and Harry had started ignoring each other. All of Harry's anger had faded. Now all he felt was regret and mild stubbornness to not be the first to apologize. Draco was reading a book and Harry was finishing his drawing from a week ago. The silence a week ago would have been peaceful. Now it was awkward. Harry glanced at the clock, 11:30. He finished his drawing, folded it up, set it on his nightstand, and turned out his light and laying down. A minute later or so, Draco silently put down his book, I can read, and turned out his own light. Harry couldn't sleep, however, while Draco's breathing evened out to indicate his unconsciousness. Harry was not gifted with sleep tonight. He pulled his drawing out and a pencil, and using a glow of his wand, wrote something on the bottom. He folded it again and carefully set it on Draco's nightstand, on top of his book. Harry smiled. He hoped it was enough. He whispered, "Knox," and he fell asleep. Day 16, Draco woke up at around 8 in the morning. The morning sunrise spilled through the curtains, and Draco smiled softly at the warmth of the orange glow of the room. He looked at Harry, noticing the other boy was sleeping. He sighed, not wanting to wake him up. As he reached for his book, however, he noticed the paper sitting on top it. I'm dying. Hold on. Coffee break. Ugh. His thumb brushed over the drawing paper on top of it. He frowned and unfolded it. His thumb brushed over the drawing in awe. It was incredible. He noticed the words on the bottom in quick scroll. I'm sorry, I want to know that I didn't feel pressured. I want you to know that I didn't feel pressure. I didn't have an ulterior motive. I wanted to be honest. Honest. And what I said about your parents? I'm sorry. A smile spread over his face, and he decided Harry had slept enough. He's like, bitch, get up. He quickly moved, so he was startling Harry's hips. He was straddling Harry's... Whoa, wait, where is this going? Okay, whoa. Straddling Harry's hips and gently shook him. Harry's eyes opened sleepily, and they widened when he saw Harry sitting on top of him. All is forgiven! Kissing Harry, Draco shouted, kissing Harry quickly. I'm sorry, too. Another kiss. That was literally the worst week ever. Harry was blinking rapidly at the kisses. A slow smile spread across his face. Yes, it effing was. With that, Harry sat up, running his fingers through Draco's hair and kissing him. Draco smiled into the kiss, and after a moment, pulled away. Both boys blushed dark. Harry said, looking down at the bed with a dark blush. I just got excited and got carried away. Draco finished for him. Yeah, we just got excited and carried away. Draco finished for him. Harry smiled grateful. Exactly. Both boys sat down at the Gryffindor table with bright smiles. Hey guys, Harry said brightly. I see you kissed and made up. Literally and figuratively. Neville said casually, smiling. Both boys immediately blushed dark at that. Neville's eyes went wide, and he stared at Harry for a long, uncomfortable moment. It's an expression, dumbasses. Dumas. Isn't that like a Pepsi or root beer commercial? Dumbasses. Ron cut in, not understanding why they were blushing. Neville coughed into his hand to hide his laugh. Babe! A dramatic voice shouted before Blaise Zabini landed in Neville's lap. You abandoned me! I didn't abandon you! Neville protested. He lowered his voice, but Harry caught his words. You wouldn't wake up. I just decided to get breakfast. Ooh! What is this I hear? Neville, you don't have to lower your voice. Harry teased. We all know you weren't in the Gryffindor dorms last night. Ron choked on his egg. A dark blush appeared on Neville's cheeks. He gave Harry a murderous look. Seamus giggled. So, Nev, what were you doing when you didn't come back last night? Neville glared at Harry. Maybe you should ask Harry and Draco what they do in their private room. Immediately, both boys' eyes went wide, and while Harry glared at Neville, Draco dropped his head on the table. Yes, Pansy, my girl! Oh, I love you, Pansy. They make use of my collection of high-tech sex toys, Pansy's voice said before she dropped in the seat next to Dean. Yes, they have a new victim, Ron. They can make him choke on his orange juice. Ron choked on his orange juice, and Seamus had to cover his mouth with his hand to keep from giggling. Dean, with a small smirk on his lips, and Ginny couldn't stop laughing. Okay, at least Ginny gets the joke. I like that. I knew you shared your sex toys with them, Felix shouted, sitting down next to her. Why don't me and Tabitha use them? Because we're not dating, dumbass. Tabitha smacked the back of Felix's head before shoving Hermione over and sitting where she had been. But why won't you date me? Felix teased. Am I not hot enough for you? Because she is fully blown. She's a fully blown homosexual, just like her best friend. Lucinda's soft voice cut in as she squeezed in between Tabitha and Felix. Oh yeah, but I'm her best. Oh. Felix, you just got it, didn't you? Felix said, laughing with realization. Lucinda snorted, pouring herself some orange juice. Ron blinked. May I ask why 5 Slytherins just sat down at our table? Because now that Neville and Blaise are dating, there's a bridge between Slytherin and Gryffindor. Not to mention whatever the fuck Draco and Harry are up to in their private rooms. Pansy responded calmly, "Shut the fuck up." Draco mumbled, head still against the table. Pansy smirked. So I was thinking we could have another study date tonight. Yes, please do. I love study dates because they do truth or dare. And the truth or dare ones are really funny. And they're my favorite. So please do more study dates. Those are my favorite ones. If anyone makes another, Drarry, Snarry, whatever, make it truth or dare, because kiss and swear, because they have to swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth kind of thing, because then you find out, and I need to know this. Okay. Who's down? Seamus, Dean, Blaise, Neville, Ron, Felix, Lucinda, Tabitha, Harry, and Draco raised their hands. Pansy smiled. Great. I'll invite Damon and Luna, too. Draco's head lifted at the mention of Damon. Harry saw something flicker across his expression before it returned to cool calm. Can I No. Draco cut off Hermione. Oh my gosh, when are you going to forgive her? I know, but I think that if she apologized and I think she's gone through enough torture. It's been over 2 weeks, right? Yes, 2 weeks, because it's 15 days so far. 16, almost. So, you need to forgive her at one point, at least. Draco cut off Hermione before her question even fully left her lips. No, you can't. Hermione. Hermione. I've only read one story of Hermione. A lot of people don't know that I actually read the Blairin books. Oh, Blairin story before. They're like, when did you read this? And I'm like, haven't you ever looked through my old videos? That's what I do when I see a new YouTuber I like. I go through their old videos first, so I see how far they come. Anyways. You know what, Draco Malfoy? You haven't changed a bit. You're still the same rude, sarcastic, racist. Well, yeah, mudblood. Is that a race? Well, human race. Yes. Okay. Well, he's not being racist. It's more like you hurt him, so I'm gonna just hate you even more. So that's pretty much it. Racist asshole you were before, and I don't know why they hang out with you. Harry seemed very strongly protective. No, he said quietly. Hermione's expression turned toward him. What? No, he's not. He's just an asshole to you, because you were an asshole first. Seamus gave a low whistle. And Draco snorted quietly. Pansy covered her mouth with her hand to stop her giggles from escaping. Lucinda covered her hand with her mouth to cover her shocked expression. Hermione glared. How can you defend him? I've been your best friend for 7 years. Actually, Ron's my best friend. Pansy now had 2 hands covering her mouth to stop her giggles. Blaise was biting his lip to stop from smiling. Ron didn't bother hiding his smile. You hang out with all these Slytherins, and they're corrupting you. Who's racist now? Harry commented sarcastically, getting more and more irritated. Small giggles were escaping Pansy. Neville had a small smirk on his lips. Blaise was biting his lip harder. Even Lucinda was now trying to hide a smile behind her glass. Fine. Why are you friends with Lucinda? She's a sweetheart. Harry replied simply. Lucinda no longer bothered hiding her smile. Aw, Tabitha. She's awesome. Damn right, Tabitha mouthed. These are like my type of friends, you know? We F with each other a lot. But like we're still friends and we have each other's back no matter what. Anyways, keep on going. Draco, he's chill and I kind of have to. Harry lifted and lifted their joined hands. Draco smiled shyly at him. Felix, he's hilarious, Felix grinned. Blaise, he's funny and Neville's boyfriend. Blaise winked at him from across the table. Harry prepared himself for the last one. What about Pansy? Hermione grinned. Who cannot be friends with Pansy? I'm like, legit, how can you not? Huh? Because Pansy's amazing? Dumbass. Okay. Hermione grinned, sure that she had him stumped. A small smirk spread across Harry's face. She had made a mistake. Yes. Her collection of high-tech sex toys. He said simply, that had did it. Ron was trying to hide a smile behind a glass of orange juice and choked. Felix dropped his head on the table laughing. Pansy pretend screamed, giggling hard. Blaise laughed so hard he knocked himself and Neville backwards onto the floor. Tabitha fell onto the floor by herself laughing. Dean and Seamus were both laughing so hard they were in tears. Lucinda giggled. Draco dropped his head to the table again, shoulders shaking with laughter. Hermione stared angrily at the chaos in front of her. Harry gave her a smirk that said, I won. This isn't over, Potter. Oh, last name now. Oh, the disrespect. Oh, that hurts. Oh. She spat, sorry. Harry winked, which sent a recovering Dean into another fit of giggles. Hermione stormed off. Pansy fell off her chair. These are my type of people. I would absolutely be friends with these type of people. At 27, everyone is gay and Draco loves parcel tongue. Ooh. Trying to parcel tongue someone's trouser snake in the dungeon. No. A list of everyone in the room. Pansy, Tabitha, Lucinda, Damon, Blaise, Felix, Luna, Draco, Harry, Ron, Neville, Dean, Seamus. Pansy opened the door, a room of requirements door. Everyone rushed to their own beanbag. Harry sat in Draco's lap of their beanbag again. All right, so fuck studying were Pansy's first words as the door shut. We all know we're here to play Truth or Dare. Nods all around. I knew it. Today we're playing Gay Truth or Dare, where everyone is gay. Draco snorted. Done. She grinned at him. Shut up, we know. Oh no, I fell over. I have to get up now. Oh, my tailbone hurts. That hurt. I have to shower soon anyway. Anyways, any truths about another person will be about the same gender. Any dares that are done to another person are done to someone of the same gender. Oh, okay. Cool. Eyes were starting to light up with interest. Ooh. I'm I'm sure you all know the special circumstances of Harry and Draco. So any dares for them that would involve physical touching of another person will be between them. However, if it is a dare that does not, it can be done to anyone. Damon looked slightly more intrigued. Oh no! Damon likes Harry, and this is bad. But he's probably gonna say, truth or dare, Harry? He's gonna be like, truth. He's like, do you really actually like Malfoy? And he's gonna be like, yes, I do. And then he's gonna be like, shit. Because he's gotta break those two up, doesn't he? Isn't it Damon? I think it's Damon, right? Anyways, let's keep on going. Okay, with that, we begin. Everyone did their veritaserum shots, and Pansy grinned. Luna, truth or dare? Dare. Give Lucinda a lap dance. Ooh, girl. We're starting off this dare good. While the others watched with fascination, Harry focused on Draco's free hand, which was currently resting on his thigh. Harry! Drarry blurted out. When you're thinking about something really gross and then you're like, yes, what? Dare. Yes. Tell us something in Parseltongue. I find it interesting. Luna grinned. Oh. Harry was surprised by how simple it was. All right. Draco's fucking hand is on my fucking thigh is going to fucking be the death of me if he doesn't fucking move it. He hissed. Draco made a small noise for a brief second. Harry wondered if he could understand Parseltongue. Oh no! What did your... Oh, never mind. One question limit. Your turn. Luna said brightly. Damon, he said. The boy looked up, surprised and intrigued. Truth or dare? Oh no, Harry, don't do it. Dare! Damon cut him off, looking hopeful. I dare you to strip down to your boxers, Harry said, smirking slightly. Damon blushed, but did as he was told. Harry ranked his eyes appreciatively over his abs. Pansy, said, obviously dazed by Harry's appreciative stare. So is Damon. Okay, I was like making sure it was Damon or not. Truth or dare? Truth. What girls in this room would you fuck? All of them, she said without hesitation. Ron giggled. She turned toward Ron with a smirk. Think that's funny. All right, Ron, truth or dare? His grin was faded, and he seemed to realize his mistake. Truth, he said. He replied quietly. Who are the top 3 guys in this room you would fuck? Oh, boy. Oh, gosh. No, don't ruin it for Neville. Oh, gosh. She asked, a smirk playing on her lips. Ron turned a bright red and scanned his options. Number 3, sorry, Neville, but it's Blaze. Blaze looked satisfied with the question. Neville looked murderous. Number 2 is probably Draco, and shit, I'm sorry, but number 1 would be Harry. What the fuck is wrong with you, Ron? But you best, well, I mean when Harry was younger, he looked adorable. Like, you could eat him up, like, cutesy. But, like, when he got older, I was like, he was alright. Anyways, let's keep on going. Harry laughed. I'll take that as a compliment, Ron. Ron looked relieved and moved on. Eventually, it got around to Blaze. Oh, shit. Draco, he said, slowly, a dark smirk on his lips. Truth or dare? Truth. Blaze grinned, excluding the one you've already told us before. What is another kink of yours? You did mention you have multiple. I have 3, Draco corrected, before clapping a hand over his mouth. Just tell us one, Blaze said, and understanding look on his face. Draco seemed to be fighting with himself, but eventually an answer spilled out of his lips. Parcel tongue. Harry stilled. Blaze frowned. Since when? Since 10 minutes ago. Harry bursted out laughing at that, as did Blaze and Felix. All right, then, Blaze said. Truth or dare, Neville? Truth, Neville said, blushing. What is the kinkiest thing you and Savini have done? Oh, jeez, Draco asked. Jeez, Draco. Harry could hear the grin in his voice. Neville's eyes went wide. Oh my gosh! It got really kinky. Hold on. Neville's eyes went wide, and he blushed dark. Handcuffs, he mumbled. Blaze blushed at that. Y'all have been dating a week and you're already into kinky shit? Blaze, Pansy yelled. Neville gave Draco a look that promised revenge. Pansy was giggling, and Blaze's head was in his hands. I mean, there's nothing wrong with handcuffs. Hey. It's your own kink. No kink shaming in this house. My kink is kink shaming. Harry, Neville said, slowly, his eyes never leaving Draco's. Truth or dare? Harry didn't trust an angry Neville with a dare. Truth. What is the most sexual thing Draco has done to you? You fucker. Draco muttered. I don't understand, Ron said. We did that last time. Surely they wouldn't go past blowjob. He blurted out, his face flushing at the words. Pansy shrieked. Ron's jaw dropped. Neville gave Draco a smirk. Gee! Tabitha yelled before getting hit by Felix with a pillow. What? It's a meme. Get over it, my dude. Damn it, Dean. Truth or dare? Harry muttered. Dean gave him a sympathetic look. Dare. I dare you to I don't know, kiss Seamus. Harry didn't feel like giving anyone a hard dare. As the game continued, Draco whispered softly in Harry's ear. Hey, you okay? Just tired of being exploited because I can't touch anyone else or be separated. Harry muttered. Yeah, I get it. 8 more weeks. Harry! Tabitha exclaimed. Truth or dare? Dare. Oh, no! Harry muttered. Dare you to whisper the dirtiest thing you can think of in Draco's ear. At Harry's horrified look, she added, in parcel tongue, so he won't know. Harry sighed, turning around as he straddled Harry's lap. You look really pretty in the firelight. I really want to touch your hair, he hissed. Draco swallowed his face, flushing, as Harry turned back around to face the others. He felt how hard Draco was. Oh, great. He said nothing about it, however, instead moving on. Seamus, truth or dare? The game went on, and for a while Harry zoned out. Harry, a soft singing voice said, truth or dare? Harry looked up at Damon, who was smirking. Oh, shit. Dare. I dare you to tell everyone what you want to do to me. What the fuck? Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I threw my phone and everything. I'm done. Go away, demon. I threw my phone when it had both Dan and Phil on my phone. Poor Dan and Phil. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh no. Damon's smirk was self-satisfied, and Harry heard. Oh, that must hurt. Okay, Damon's smirk was self-satisfied, and Harry heard whoops and whistles from him around him. He felt a pit in his stomach, but he stood, pulling Draco along with him, and walked toward Damon. He leaned forward and smirking. "Nothing," he said simply, before pulling Draco out of the room. Damn, bitch! How do you feel? Oh my gosh. This is like so satisfying to me because, oh gosh. I love the title of this one. Chapter 28, Blowjobs and Snowflakes. Harry didn't speak at all as he stormed down the hall, adrenaline and anger flowing through his veins. "Harry!" Draco's voice was unsure and slightly scared. "You okay?" "Draco, here's what's going to happen," Harry said, not slowing down. "We're going to go to our room. If I can't get you to the bed in 5 seconds, I'm going to slam you against the wall. I'm going to give you an even better blowjob than last time. And then when I'm more calmed, you can ask me as many questions as you like." Draco didn't respond, simply sped up his footsteps. He's like, "Oh, hell yes." Sure enough, that when they reached their room, Draco barely had time to shut the door before Harry shoved him onto the bed. Harry cast locking and silence charms in the general vicinity of the door, before yanking down Draco's pants and underwear to put it in his mouth. Great. F word. Fuck. Draco groaned, his head falling backwards. "Crap. Why the hell are you so good at that?" Harry pulled off, glaring. "Shut the fuck up," he hissed. Draco moaned at the parcel tongue. He doesn't even know what the fuck he's saying. Harry twisted his tongue in directions, and he didn't even know he could, and had Draco twisting and moaning, one free hand gripping the sheets. Minutes later, Draco had him in his mouth, screaming his name. Harry groaned. Harry joined Draco on the bed and leaning against the headboard. Draco, dazed, just laid his head on his lap. Harry stroked his hair slowly, calming himself down. A few minutes after that, Draco spoke. "Do you think it's because of the parcel tongue?" Harry asked. "Tongue thing you can do." "Why, you're so good at blowjobs." "Oh, fucking A, bro." "Do you think it's because your tongue can twist and form parcel tongue?" Harry thought about it. Maybe. It would make sense. They didn't say anything else after that, falling asleep. Day 21. Harry and Draco were walking around outside of Hogwarts, watching the snow fall around them. Christmas is 4 days away. Draco said softly. "Yep," Harry replied. Today was their first day of Christmas break. Harry and Draco had decided to split it among their families. After Christmas, they would go to Draco's house, and then after a week of that, they would go to the Dursleys. Cool. Harry didn't know why Draco was so eager to meet the Dursleys, but he didn't question it. Oh, honey, he about to murder their asses. Harry didn't know why Draco was so eager to meet the Harry watched snowflakes fall delicately onto Draco's hair, getting caught in his hair and melting. Draco's gray eyes studied the soft snowflakes landing in his palm. Harry thought he might be falling in love with the blonde. "Want to go ice skating?" Draco asked him with a childish smile. "Sure," Harry agreed. "Yep," Harry thought as Draco smiled brightly and pulled him along. "Definitely falling in love." Aww, that was a cute one, I guess you can say. Ad playing. Okay, so now that he destroyed Damon, I wonder what's gonna happen next. You know what I mean? I think Damon's gonna keep on trying to get him, like what happened in my creepypasta one, which I actually almost threw my phone. I threw my phone this time because I didn't like it. But the Damon in that story was Tiki Toby, and I was pissed off. It got so bad, I wanted to cry. I actually cried. I got angry, almost threw my phone. I screamed. I pleaded. I was just like, "Where's Slender Man? He needs to kick his ass." You know, the usual. So, okay. the thing's done. Hold on. But, there you go. I just finished my R in my name. One of them. Chapter 29. Roses and the Amazon. Huh? You went to the Amazon? Why? Day 22. Harry was already pretty sure he was in love with Draco. And the fact that the blonde was curled up in a blanket making a tissue paper rose wasn't helping. Harry smiled fondly at the other boy, whose fingers pressed small tissue paper petals into a straw with glue. Harry found it sweet that even though Draco could buy a dozen roses or even or use magic to make the tissue paper ones, he was putting in the effort to make each individual one with his hands. "What are the roses for?" he asked softly. Draco smiled fondly at the rose as he set it next to the 9 others he had. "A bouquet for my mother," he smiled with a smile at Harry. He replied with a smile at Harry. Harry's heart melted. Draco had a system. He would stick the straw into the middle of their hands, securing it in place. He would use his free hand to dip pre-cut tissue paper into the glue and stick them on. Harry just watched his crush as fascination and concentration glued in his gray eyes. You know, you can draw or something. You don't have to sit here and watch me make tissue paper flowers," Draco said with a smile at Harry. Harry shrugged. "All right." He reached over to his nightstand and grabbed a pencil and a paper. "What would you like me to draw?" Draco looked surprised. "You want me to decide?" he asked, surprised. Harry nodded, smiling. Draco shrugged. "I don't know. Something with a rose?" Harry tilted his head, thinking, and then nodded. A little over an hour, Draco had completely finished his bouquet and looked over at Harry's drawing. "Holy shit," he muttered. I always forgot how good you are. The drawing depicted none other than Draco himself. It was his full body with Draco. It was a full body with Draco's body facing away from the angle. However, Draco's hand was turned back, as if looking at something, and he was smirking. A rose held directly between his fingers. "Thank you," Harry said softly. "I apologize if it's weird that I keep drawing you. It's easy for me to draw you since I'm constantly around you. And because I love you, I'm in love with you." Draco shook his head, smiling. "It's flattering." Harry smiled shyly. "Your bouquet looks lovely. Are you taking it to her when you visit?" "When we visit, but yeah." Draco nodded. "Yeah, I'm hoping she likes it." "She will." The two sat in comfortable silence for a while before Harry spoke up. "Want to go to Brazil?" Draco looked at him, surprised. "What?" Harry shrugged. "We've been to Paris, and Brazil is pretty / beautiful, but yeah." Draco blinked several times. Okay. Like, time passed. "Fuck Brazil," Draco said the second they operated in. "It has been 2 seconds, and it's too hot." "That's because we're in a tropical climate." Harry laughed. "Draco Malfoy, welcome to the Amazon rainforest." Draco's jaw dropped as he took in his surroundings. Huge trees were all around a mossy floor beneath their feet. The distant call of animals. Harry cast a cooling charm on them to keep them from dying in the tropical climate, as well as a protective spell to prevent being attacked by animals. "Come on, I think we're near the river," he whispered excitedly. Draco's awe-filled expression didn't let up as they walked through the trees. Harry smiled at the beauty around them. Despite all the noise, it's almost peaceful," he said softly. Draco could only nod. Finally, they reached the river. Crashing, fast, clear water ran in front of them, loud and powerful. Where there's a river, there's a waterfall, Draco said, grinning. Harry grinned back. "I love this boy." They walked along the water for a while before Draco froze. "Harry, look," he whispered. A small spotted cat, a cat-like animal, was drinking from the river. River. 5 feet in front of them. "A baby jaguar," Harry hissed in excitement. "We are actually looking at a baby jaguar." A tiny cat looked at them in curiosity. Both boys held their breath. Yeah, because if there's a baby jaguar, there's a mama jaguar. So you better be careful and never go near a baby one. Both held their breath. It padded off, okay, into the escape of the wilderness. Both boys let out deep breaths before continuing. Every once in a while, they stopped to point out different animals until they came across a drop. "Whoa," Harry whispered. What looked like thousands of feet below them was the water. Next to them, it dropped off into a massive waterfall. "This is effing amazing," Draco said breathlessly. Harry nodded. They spent 2 more hours there before finally apparating back home. "You're late." Pansy said, accusing them as they sat down at the Gryffindor table for dinner. Sorry, we were in Brazil, Draco replied casually. Blaise laughed. Only you two? We've also been to a party in Paris, Harry said. Bill was there with Fleur. They're happy and having fun. Ron smiled. They went to Paris? Pansy mouthed to Neville. He shrugged. So, the most romantic city in the world? She mouthed again. Neville only smirked. Oh! I forgot. That's what Paris is known for. Chapter 30. Hair pulling. Oh, jeez. Whoa! We don't need to know that. Day 23. Harry couldn't stop glancing at Draco. The other boy was sitting on the couch right next to Harry, immersed in his book. He was using his conjoined hand to hold the book, his free one to turn the page. His hair was glowing, a slightly darker shade of blonde in the sunset's fading light. He hadn't put gel in it in weeks, and it looked so warm, so soft, and Harry wanted nothing more than to run his fingers through it. Draco, he asked, scared to disturb the tentative peace. Draco calmly looked up from his book. The sunset's warm light hit his eyes at just the right angle, causing the normally steely gray orbs to flash a fiery orange for a brief second. Yes, he replied gently. If it's okay with you, spit it out, Potter, Draco said, but there was no malice in his voice, only veiled amusement. Can I touch your hair? He blurted out. Draco's face turned to one of surprise, and Harry was immediately horrified. Shit, what have I done? Why would I have asked him that? Fuck, I made things weird. Why? Draco asked, sounding genuinely curious. It just looks really soft, and I wanted to feel it, and oh, never mind. I'm obviously making an idiot of myself. Harry finished putting his head on his free hand. No, Draco said quickly. You can touch it if you want. I don't mind. Harry smiled at him. Really? Draco nodded, reciprocating the smile. Harry reached across his body with his free hand and gently run his fingers through Draco's hair. It was soft, softer than it looked, silky, smooth, and so amazingly soft that Harry was conflicted between wanting to run his hairs through it for eternity or wanting to wrap the strands around his fingers and pull until Draco was left moaning his name. Wow. Draco glanced at him. What? It's really, really soft. Shit, Draco. What do you put in your hair? Shampoo and conditioner, obviously. Harry ignored him and continued to run his fingers through his hair, staring at it, wondering at the silky strands between his fingers. Draco hummed in contentment and returned to his book. The warm moment of peace was shattered in an instant. The instant Harry pulled Draco's hair. He hadn't mean to, really, but running his fingers through Draco's hair was starting to turn him on. No matter how much his brain screamed at him to pull his damn hand away, he kept running his fingers through it. Then his fingers got a mind of their own, and in Harry's slight buzz of moans, he didn't have the mind to stop them from tugging Draco's hair gently. And then Draco moaned. Draco effing moaned. And damn it, if it wasn't the sexiest thing Draco had ever heard. But if Harry's sudden rush of blood to his thing at the small sound of Draco had made his hand had stilled completely. Draco became rigid, frozen in his seat. And both boys were completely silent. Draco closed his eyes tightly. I fucked up, didn't I? He whispered. Harry's mouth wouldn't move to tell Draco that no, he hadn't fucked up and shit. That was the hottest thing Harry had ever heard. Draco put his head in his one free hand, groaning, "Fuck. I'm sorry, Harry, I should have known better letting you touch my hair when I knew my hair pulling was my kink." Oh shit, they both have the same kink. Fuck, I'm sorry. Please say something. I'm not. Harry whispered hoarsely. Draco's head whipped toward him. What? Harry blushed. I'm not sorry. Draco's eyes widened. Why not? Harry looked down at his hands before his eyes fluttered up to meet Draco's. Maybe I liked it? Draco's eyes were glowing with what looked an awful like lust. Great one. So that was the last one, the third kink. Exhibitionism, parcel tongue, hair pulling. Harry said softly. Draco smiled shyly. Yeah, anytime we ever did something, it took everything in me to not beg you to pull my hair. Are you serious? Harry asked, shocked. Anytime we did something, it took everything in me not to pull your hair. Draco laughed in shock. Harry noticed his fingers were still in Draco's hair. Experimentally tugged it again. Draco's head fell back with a moan. The sound set Harry off. He pulled Harry up onto his feet, shoving him onto the bed, straddling his hips. Fuck, that was effing hot, he whispered. Please tell me I can kiss you. Draco answered by sitting up halfway and kissing Harry hard. Harry slowly leaned forward into the kiss, laying Draco down before pulling away with a grin on his face. Draco looked breathless. I think we can officially say us doing things isn't for convenience anymore, he said hoarsely. Harry laughed softly. I don't think it ever was. Draco moaned in agreement as Harry tugged his hair again, moved to kissing his neck. Harry, what? Whoa, wait a minute. Woo! Wait, what? Hold on a second. Harry, fuck me. You sure? Harry murmured into his throat. God, yes, please. Harry smiled and kissed him again, and they spent the rest of their night lost in each other. Whoa! Woo! Yes, Haunty! Spill that. Come on, girl. Okay. As this ad's playing, okay. Yes. They did what you thought they did. Or what I think they're doing. I mean, finally, right? So, if they're doing what we think they're doing, wouldn't their bond be broken now? Because that they finally did what Hermione said would happen. They said if they actually fell in love actually had the same feelings and they did each other, the bond would break, right? I remember that in, like, the first section before Hermione, like, revealed other things. But am I wrong? I thought that's what happened. So their bond should be broken now and they can do whatever they want. And then I'm pretty sure, like, they'll fake their bond not being broken until, like, the very last second, you know what I mean? So they don't have to leave each other's side. Because that would be cool. But I don't know if this universe has, like, villas and stuff, so they can't have children. I don't think. Well, I mean, like, bonding, you know, Omega, that kind of thing, kind of. So. Sorry. Okay, how far are we now? Yeah, we have time. Okay. Chapter 31. Christmas Day. Day 25. Harry woke up to kisses being placed lightly on his neck, on his cheeks and forearm. Morning, he said softly, smiling. A kiss was pressed on his lips. Morning. Merry Christmas, Harry whispered, kissing Draco again. Merry Christmas. Can we just spend it here and have sex all day? Wow, newlyweds, aren't ya? As much as I would like to enjoy that, I have friends and presents to get to. About that, can I give you my present later tonight? Harry raised his eyebrows, and Draco smacked him, laughing. Not that kind of present! Harry relaxed, grinning. Of course, he said, kissing Draco lightly, and sitting up. Let's go to the common room. Ever since Neville and Blaise had started dating, the Slytherins had started just hanging out in the Gryffindor common room. Eventually, they had just started sleeping in the beds of students who didn't come back that year, and it just became theirs as well. As Harry and Draco stepped into the room, eyes turned to them, and smiles were brightly portrayed on everyone's faces. Mistletoe! Pansy sang. Harry and Draco looked up, smiling, and sure enough, mistletoe was hanging above their heads. Harry shrugged, smiling, and kissed Draco softly before walking towards their friends. Cuties, Blaise said, bumping their shoulders against Harry's. Harry smiled. Him and Draco had never really had to come out as a couple. They had just come to breakfast the morning after their first time together, and they had just been closer. No one questioned it, and no one just said anything. No one cared. It was perfect. Harry and Draco opened their presents and gave presents to their friends. They all went to the great hall to eat breakfast. As they all stayed at the Gryffindor table, Harry noticed something strange. Damon and Hermione sat at the... Oh, yeah, Diane hates you. Damon is like, go fuck yourself because you hate me. And Hermione hates you too. So I guess, yeah, sat at the Slytherin table together talking. Harry frowned but waved it off for now. Harry, what did Draco give you for Christmas? Lucinda asked. Draco squeezed his hand, which somehow Harry knew meant lie. This beautiful bouquet of tissue paper flowers he made. He replied, smiling. Everyone awed. What about Draco? Harry asked. What'd Harry get you? Way too much chocolate and a book I really wanted. They laughed lightly and returned to their meals. Later that night, Harry and Draco sat together on their bed. They handed each other their presents, both small boxes. Harry opened his. "No effing way," he breathed. The second Draco opened his, he breathed out an incredulous laugh. "You effing kidding me?" In the box, Harry had given Draco a ring of silver and an emerald. A silver snake curled around the large emerald in the middle. In the box Draco had given Harry laid a ring of gold and rubies. A golden lion leaped over the large ruby in the middle. Harry bursted out laughing. "How the fuck did we manage to get each other the matching gifts?" He asked, between giggles. Draco was laughing too. I don't even know. Harry stopped laughing to study his ring. It really is beautiful, Draco. Thank you, he said seriously. As is mine, thank you. Both boys slid their rings onto their right hand ring fingers. Harry kissed Draco lightly. "Merry Christmas, Draco. Merry Christmas, Harry." And the pair fell asleep, unaware of what would happen in the morning. Oh gosh, what would happen? A different kind of connection. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, right, because they had to signify that they were together, and the rings were there. Oh, shit! Harry doesn't have his right hand to use. Then how could he put it on his right hand? Chapter 32. A different kind of connection. Day 26. Day 26. Harry smiled as he woke up the next morning, stretching his arms over his head, standing up. He smiled down at Draco and then froze. He was standing, both arms above his head. And Draco was laying down right in front of him. Harry wasn't holding his hand. "Draco?" Harry whispered, shocked. "Draco!" Draco grumbled, opening his eyes. "Draco, our hands are separated." That got the wand's attention. He sat up quickly, staring at his own hands in shock. "That's not possible," he cried. "We still had, 7 weeks." Harry shook his head, confused, before it hit him. Since the bond is meant for two people deeply in love, two who would never cheat, no one can touch them in any way until they consummate the bond. There are 3 steps to consummate a bond. Step 1 is to fall in love with the person. Harry grinned back. I love this boy. Step 2 is a kiss and a gift. Oh, shit. The gift part, I forgot. They skipped number 2 a little bit. With that, Harry sat up, running his fingers through Draco's hair and kissing him. They handed each other their presents, both small boxes. Step 3 is sexual intercourse. Harry smiled and kissed him again and spent the rest of their night lost in each other. We consummated the bond, he whispered. Draco's eyes were even wider. You love me? I do, Harry confirmed, and apparently you love me. Draco was smiling so brightly, Harry felt elation shoot through him before Draco shot towards him, kissing him hard. Harry laughed. I have no idea what my dad's talking about, and he just texted me. Anyways, smiled brightly. Harry felt Someone at my door? How rude. Okay, anyways. Harry felt elation shoot through him before Draco shot towards him, kissing him hard. Harry laughed softly as Draco pulled away. Soft, bright smile on his face. Harry felt happier than he even knew was possible. We should tell someone, he whispered. Draco nodded. All right. Or we could just walk into the Great Hall like this. Harry considered that. Then we can make out more. Draco finished with a grin. Harry didn't respond, tackling Draco onto the bed and kissing him hard. Draco and Harry grinned at each other as they passed the open doors of the Great Hall together. The heads of the Gryffindor table turned towards them in shock for a moment before movement happened. Draco! Pansy screamed before launching herself into a hug with Draco. Harry prepared himself for pain, but nothing happened. Now all eyes were on the boys, shocked. Ron stood quickly, smiling and hugging Harry. McGonagall stood quickly. Boys, can I see you in my office? Oh, shit. We're screwed! She asked. The boys separated from their friends and promising to talk later and followed McGonagall, Dumbledore, and Snape. Oh, shit. Yeah, they're still alive. So, literally, you have to tell your godfather that, yes, we consummated the bond. Kind of, that's not good. Okay. They entered the classroom and Draco and Harry sat uncomfortably on two desks. This is not what I thought this would end, Snape muttered. Dumbledore said nothing. You two... ... consummated the bond, McGonagall said softly. Both boys nodded silently, staring at the floor. I suppose congratulations are in order. Harry gave her a weak smile. Draco continued to stare at the floor. What about the mental connection? Snape asked. Now both heads were snapped up, looking at him in confusion. Mental connection? They said at the same time. Well, yes, about the physical bond has been removed. A mental bond is put in its place for the remainder of the time. So for 7 weeks, you two will be mentally bonded. We didn't tell you because we figured you two would never, How does the mental bond work? Draco asked. We feel each other's emotions, Harry responded slowly. Draco stared at him. That's why I felt happier than is normal possible to feel. I was feeling some of your happiness too. Snape nodded. You will be able to experience fragments of the other's emotions. If they are strong enough, Harry raised his eyebrows. Cool. And eventually you might be able to figure out how to communicate telepathically, although that is much harder and difficult. Telepathy? Draco screeched. We're leaving now. We're going to go practice that now. And he grabbed Harry's hand and pulled him out of the room. Harry smiled at this feeling of Draco's hand in his again. It was comforting, after 3 weeks of it. He didn't remember opening the door to their room, but they were there. He hadn't realized how lost in thought he was. Draco sat on the bed. Harry joined him. What am I thinking? Draco said, concentrating hard. Harry attempted to focus on reading Draco's thoughts, which didn't work. I don't know, he admitted. Why don't you try? Draco suggested. Harry closed his eyes. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Draco shook his head. Nope. Damn. Harry muttered. It'll probably take more concentration. Draco shrugged. We should go to the common room. They're going to have questions. Harry nodded. They walked down to the Gryffindor common room, and Harry said the password. The portrait swung open, and Harry and Draco stepped in. All heads turned toward them. So you consummated the bond, Tabitha said with a smirk. Both boys blushed and nodded. Who's tops? Who tops? Seamus asked, grinning. Seamus! Harry yelled as Felix collapsed into giggles. Seamus shrugged. What? We've been placing bets. We're not discussing our sex life with people. Oh, come off it, Draco. That was who Draco argued. Oh, come off it, Draco, Pansy said. We really want to know. Both boys shook their heads stubbornly. Damn, Lucinda muttered. Oh, man. There's more still. Ugh. There's still a ad there. But, so, what will happen now? Do they have to move into a regular dorm now? Can they just stay by where they are? I mean, they're about like halfway through their year. So, I don't see the harm in it. Technically, they're adults. I'm just waiting for the Malfoys to react. You know what I mean? Chapter 33. The Malfoy Manor. Oh, jeez. Wait, Yeah, we got it. Day 27. Harry would be lying if he said he wasn't nervous. The teachers had discussed it and come to this decision that if Draco went to the Malfoy Manor, Harry had too, for safety reasons, just in case the bond acted up. So that was why Harry and Draco were currently in front of a portkey, and Harry's heart was fluttering with nerves. All he felt was nervousness, overpowering, and it felt scary. Suddenly, Draco wrapped an arm around his shoulder. Harry looked at him, surprised. Draco smiled. Jeez, Harry, you're overpowering our bond big time. Calm down. Calm down. You have to do the... Whoops. There goes my Sharpie. Harry smiled shakily. It's just, what if she hates me? What if she hates that you're gay? What if she forbids Art from dating? What if... Harry, Draco said gently. You've spoken to my mother like twice in your life. I've known her for 17 years. I can assure you, there's a reason I'm so calm. When? Harry took a deep and shaky breath. Okay. Suddenly, he felt a wave of calmness and tranquility wash over him. Peace and happiness and love. He relaxed, smiling. I didn't actually think that would work, Draco said, surprised. Cool. They both glanced at each other and grabbed the portkey. Harry felt the almost painful pulling sensation dragging him and pulling him, and suddenly they were outside the manor. Harry stared up at the huge house. Last time he was here, let's leave that to the imagination. He didn't realize he was shaking until Draco wrapped his arm around him again. "Hey, it's all right," he murmured. "Come on." Draco knocked twice on the door, and they opened to reveal a house elf. "Hello, Master Draco, sir," she squeaked. "What have I told you about calling me Master, Nicky?" he asked, a smile on his face. Nicky's apologies, Mr. Draco," and she suddenly squeaked, "Harry Potter!" "Hi," he said softly, smiling at the tiny elf. "Welcome, welcome," she cried, opening the door wide. "Nicky," a soft voice that Harry recognized immediately said. "Who is it?" "Master Draco and Harry Potter!" Nicky exclaimed. A pause, and then footsteps started coming from the upstairs. Narcissa Malfoy stepped down the stairs in a lovely pale blue nightgown, smiling at them. "Draco, darling," she said, smiling and hugging him. "I've missed you." "And I you, Mother." Draco handed her the flowers he had made. "Draco, they're exquisite," she said, smiling. "Thank you, darling." He smiled and kissed her cheek lightly. He turned towards Harry. "Mr. Potter, thank you for coming to our house. I apologize for any difficult memories it may bring. I have tried to change the appearance much as I can, but thank you for having me, Mrs. Malfoy." I say Miss Malfoy because she don't need no mans. Harry cut in. "Your home is beautiful, and I thank you for allowing me to be here." She smiled almost sadly. "May I hug you?" That's me asking for hugs. "Can I hug you?" He opened his arms and smiled. Narcissa wrapped her arms around him, a soft smile on her face. "Now I suspect we have a lot to discuss," she said smoothly. "Let's have tea." Harry and Draco had explained everything to Narcissa, and how they were bonded, that they were consummated the bond. Draco was blushing the whole time. The games they played with their new friends, what Diana and Hermione had done, that they were dating. "Well, I have missed quite a lot, Narcissa said smoothly. "Are you two happy?" "Yes," they said, without hesitation. Narcissa smiled. "Good." Day 28. The second day of their visit, Draco showed Harry the gardens. He picked a rose delicately and held it out to Harry. "My prince," he said in a fake, breathy tone. "My princess," Harry retorted. Draco fake glared at him, slightly punching him in the arm. Before handing him the rose again, this time Harry took it. "Thank you," he said quietly. Draco smiled back, and taking his hand. This is our Japanese cherry blossom tree." Oh, I love cherry blossom trees. I want one of my own, but they can't grow in where I am. I heard that they're expensive, so I'm like, oh, I want one. I can't. Okay. Draco said, gesturing to a pink tree in front of them. "Wait, it's not pink yet. It's not pink yet. It's not pink until winter's over. It's a spring tree, not a winter tree." Harry approached the tree in an expression of awe covering his face. "It's lovely," he said. "It's my favorite one to climb as a child. It was my favorite one to climb as a child," Draco said with a smile. Harry looked at the tree, smiling. "Do you still enjoy climbing trees?" "I suppose." There was a hint of confusion in Draco's voice. Harry smiled, placing the rose between his teeth, and started climbing. "Harry James Potter, you're going to be the death of me!" Draco laughed softly. Harry rolled his eyes and continued to climb. He reached a wider area and sat down. Draco followed him and sat opposite him, a small smile on his face. "You're a strange person, Potter," he said, a smile on his face to indicate his joking tone. "Back to Potter now, are we?" Harry replied. "Indeed we are." "Shame," Harry said. Grinning, he leaned back on his tree. "I was really hoping we could make out, but you're gonna disrespect me like this. I think I'll go find Damon." Draco growled. "Don't you ever fucking think about it, Draco. Potter, you're mine." Possessive, are we?" Harry asked, with a playful smirk, leaning forward. "Damn right." Draco met his laugh and pushed him gently back against the water. The water. Why did I say water? The large branch behind him. Harry sighed happily as Draco continued pressing kisses all over his face before continuing to his neck, leaving a trail of heat whenever his lips touched. "Dray, we can't. We're literally in your backyard in a tree," he mumbled. Draco huffed and moved back slightly, his lips inches from Harry's. So, I'd rather your mother didn't see us." Ugh. Draco groaned, falling back against the tree. "You suck." "If you want," Harry said nonchalantly, studying his nails with a small grin. "Shut up. You're the one who basically clockblocked me." I said that wrong, but I don't care. Because I saw the L and I said it both times. Whatever. Draco muttered, draping an arm dramatically over his eyes. "No, I didn't. I didn't say we couldn't do anything. I said we couldn't do anything in a tree." Draco pulled his arm away from his eyes. "I'm intrigued." Harry gave him an evil smile and started climbing down the tree. "Hey, what? Hey, get back here!" Are we up for another one? Yeah. Chapter 34. The Dursleys. Wait, what time is it? Yeah, it's fine. Day 35. Harry kissed Narcissa's cheek lightly. "Thank you again for having me," he smiled, before pulling him into a hug. I saw Draco walking towards them, and he saw Draco walking towards them, and Narcissa whispered in his ear, "I know he loves you and you love him. I couldn't be happier for you two. Don't break his heart or I'll break your bones, but I don't think I need to worry about that. Thank you, Harry. I want you to know that I think of you as a son." Harry blinked, surprised at the tears that sprung up from her last statement. He hugged her a little tighter before moving back and allowing Draco to hug her goodbye. "All right," Draco pulled back and turned to Harry. "Ready to embark on our next journey?" "No," Harry muttered before they disapparated. They appeared in front of number 4 Privet Drive, sorry. I keep on saying it wrong. But I want to call it Pervert Drive, and that's what I'm going to call it. Pervert Drive. And Harry immediately felt sick to his stomach. "Hey," Harry squeezed his hand. Draco squeezed his hand. "Today marks the halfway point of our bond. Only good things can come out of today. We're just going to get your stuff and stay the night. And then we'll leave and never have to see this place again." Harry nodded, unsure he would be able to speak. "Hey," Harry looked up at Draco. sure that fear was radiating off of him. I love you, and I won't let anything happen to you. Harry nodded. Do you want me to come with you, or do you want to tell them I'm coming? Draco asked softly. I want you to come with me. Harry didn't see Draco's grin sinister and dangerous. Lovely, let's go. Oh, no. Instead of knocking the door, Draco chose to blow it up. Oh, lovely. Great start to meeting the Dursleys. I mean, he's heard so many things about them, so... Vernon Dursley rushed out of the house, accompanied by Petunia and Dudley. Harry tensed. What the bloody hell do you think you're doing? He roared, his face purple with rage. You're lucky I didn't burn your house down, you filthy ass. And your slut wife. Your utter toad of a son in it. Draco replied with a bright smile. Who are you? I don't know where that came from, Petunia asked, her frail body standing tall, exposed cold. Why, I'm Draco fucking Malfoy, richest man in all of Britain, master of dark magic, and Harry's boyfriend. Are you gonna have a fucking problem? Oh, yes, bitch. Mwah. So sweet, I can taste it. Harry wanted to laugh at Draco's utter lies, but he was too sobered by the presence of the Dursleys. Should we have known you were a poof boy? Vernon growled at Harry. And you aren't? Draco asked cheekily. Absolutely not. I never participated in such filth. Oh! This is a warning for everyone who skipped it last time. But you can rape and abuse small children. Call me crazy, but I think being gay is a little better than that. Draco's expression was cool, but Harry's head was building with rage, and he realized he could feel Draco's emotions through the bond. Well, his anger, anyways. Vernon was getting more and more purple in his face, and Draco winked at him before taking Harry's hand and leading him into the house. Where's your room? He said brightly. Harry mutely pointed at the door and under the stairs. Draco frowned. Sorry, what? Draco went happy. That's my room, Harry said quietly. Oh, hell no! Draco muttered. Not happening. My Harry deserves the best. What's your name? Cousin's name? Dudley. Dudley! In an instant, the boy was standing at the door, crossing his arms and leaning against the doorframe. What? He asked, rolling his eyes. Where's your room? He shook his head. Not a chance in hell. Are you taking my room? Draco smiled a dangerous smile and chills went down Harry's spine and made Dudley's smile drop. He let go of Harry's hand and slowly approached the terrified boy. I know more dark spells than you know words, you pig-faced nuisance. And don't think I won't hesitate to use every single one of them on you. I know illegal spells of torture that would have you begging to let Harry have your room. I know curses that would make spiders crawl out of your eyes and make snake venom replace your blood. I know how to set every bone on your body or in your body on fire. I know how to make your life a living hell, so don't ever refuse anything ever again. Draco hissed, low and terrifying. Dudley was shaking by the time Draco was done, and he pointed silently up the stairs. First bedroom on the left, he said quietly. Thank you, Draco said sweetly. Harry, love, let's get your things and move upstairs. Let me clean it real fast, Dudley said quickly, rushing up the stairs, before Draco grabbed his hood. No thanks. We don't want you anywhere near the room the entire time we're here, do we? Harry shook his head mutely. Dudley looked worried, but nodded quietly. Draco opened the door to the cupboard and grabbed a few things of Harry's before they walked up the stairs. Are you okay, Harry? He asked quietly, as his voice soft compared to his previous tone. I'm better when you're near me, Harry replied softly, smiling. You helped me a lot. You didn't have to be so rude to them, though. I can fight my own battles. I like being your knight in shining armor for once. Besides, you haven't even seen the beginning of what I plan to do to these people. Why do I feel like I could be perfect Draco in this story? Ooh, honey, you haven't seen the rest of it yet. Ready? Please just don't kill them, Harry muttered, grinning, when Draco wrapped his arm around his waist and kissed him. Fine. Just for you, I won't kill them. I don't know how long that promise is going to last, but yeah. Harry started going through his things as Draco walked around the room. Why do you suppose he wanted to clean his room? What do you think he's hiding? He's terrified of you, probably just wanted to do what made you happy. Draco nodded slowly. I don't know, though. Something about his expression. He's hiding something. So find it, Harry mumbled distractedly. Draco lifted books and checked under the bed and opened drawers until he found the Dudleys' dresser door. When he opened it, ew, he muttered, pulling out a magazine with a girl in a bikini with a motorcycle. Straight men and their objectification of women is gross. Why, thank you. Agreed. Hold on. Draco lifted a few more magazines and he gasped in delight. Dudley, you fiend! Oh my gosh. What did you find? Harry asked, peeking over the edge of the bed. Underneath his stupid straight porn magazines, he's hiding, drumroll please. Draco paused for dramatic effect before showing Harry 3 of the other magazines. Gay porn magazines! Oh man. Harry jaw dropped, and he clambered over the bed to Draco. Dudley's gay? Damn. Draco laughed. Wow, there's a shit ton of these. Wonder where he gets them. Wonder if him and his friends are. Harry's eyes were growing wide with mild horror. Ew, never mind. I don't even want to know. Draco laughed again. Holy shit, he's got drugs in here. What the fuck? What is wrong with Dudley in this series? Damn. I wonder what the actor thinks about his character nowadays. I know a lot of people who played like evil characters were actually simply nice, and they're like, I hated my character so much. But like, we like to be evil a little bit. But anyways, let's go on. Harry leaned forward. Seriously? Let me see. Draco lifted the small plastic bag with leaves and white powder. I mean, I'll take the leaves. That's marijuana. Drugs are bad. Drugs are bad. Don't follow my example. There's a lot in here, he whispered. Wonder where he gets it. Harry shuffled through his drawer. Draco stood studying the rest of Dudley's room. He doesn't need that, he said. His, sorry. Where is it again? Aiming his wand at the television and vanishing it. Draco! Harry laughed. What? He doesn't? Draco stood up, sat in the bed crisscrossed. Harry, I wanted to ask you something. Harry nodded, turning around to face Draco. What did they do to you? Oh, shit. Do we really want to hear this right now? The whisper was the softest thing in the world, and Harry still flinched at the words. He took a deep breath, a deep, steady breath. This is a warning for everyone that if you're going through abuse and anything like that, you can come to me and talk to me, but I would always suggest, I will try to find some helplines and put them in the description down below, because people that go through this do not deserve this. And I hope that you can have some help, and if you need someone just to talk to, I'm here for you. But here we go. He took a deep breath, a deep and sturdy breath. They all had their sort of specialties, their own sort of things they did to me. Petunia's were more punishment-based. When I missed a spot mowing the lawn, she slapped me. When I burned breakfast, she would hold my hand over my frying pan and then until I screamed so loud she was afraid the neighbors might hear. When I forgot to do the dishes or didn't do them in time, she would fill the sink with water, shove my head in under it until I was almost drowned. Or almost dead, pretty much. And then she would let me go. Hermione healed my burns in third year, so no one saw them. Holy shit, Draco breathed. Dudley usually took his anger out on me, or to impress his friends. He would punch me, kick me, chase me, terrorize me, really. His friends would too. They found a lot of pleasure in it. Vernon, Harry paused for a second to breathe. He hadn't realized he was crying. Draco held his hand gently, supporting him. People of abuse, again, don't listen to this, please. If you can't handle it, that's all I beg you. Vernon would come into my room every night and he broke off his sentence, unable to finish it, and broke into sobs. Oh, Harry, Draco whispered, holding the other boy into his chest. God, I'm so sorry. Stop it. Harry whispered, stop being angry. Draco pushed him back slightly. What? Your anger. It's overpowering the bond. You can feel that? Draco asked, shocked. Yeah, he must be really pissed. Harry says, laughing shakily. Draco shook his head silently and held Harry's face, kissing his forehead. I love you and I'm sorry. And I love you and you're so strong. I love you and I love you and I will support you forever. Thank you, Draco. It means a lot to me. Harry whispered, I love you too. Now, Draco wiped Harry's tears away with his thumb. Let's get dinner. The Dursleys had no idea what was coming to them. Oh, damn it. You just got over being angry. Why are you going back for some more? Anyways, because they were icy cold bastards and Draco was hellfire. He would destroy them all. Well, here we go. How do I say this? Well, I'm going to stop it here. Right? Yeah, I'm going to stop it here. Thank you guys for watching. Give this a big thumbs up. If you haven't yet, subscribe and put on push notifications. And down below, I will be putting a suicide helpline, a abuse helpline if you need it. And then I'm going to put a suggestion of you calling 911 if you ever in a bad situation of being abused at the time. Because when someone goes through this, they should never go through it. And I just want to put a PSA out there that you're not alone. And I volunteer myself to help you through anything you have and anything you need. That was a lot to say in one breath, sorry. And I hope you tell me down below if you have another story you want me to read. Or you have something else to tell me about this story. Or an experience that you did to help a friend. Someone has actually done that to me. And I was like, that's really sweet. That some people are out there that really care. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. Be good people. Be happy. Be healthy. And always be loving. Bye-bye.